In the early 90s, Donald Trump had a publicist named John Miller that many reporters who spoke to him only by phone suspected was Trump himself. Well, 25-year-old audio obtained by the Washington Post features Sue Carswell, then a reporter at People magazine, in conversation with Mr. Miller. Listen.
What's your name again? John Miller. And you work with Miller? Yes, that's correct. John Miller. So what is going to happen with her? Is she being asked to leave, or she's going to be allowed to stay? Well, he treats everybody well. And, you don't know him, but he's a... No, I have met him. Have you met him? Yes. He's a good guy, and he's not going to hurt anybody.
It's not going to hurt anybody. Miller, who seemed to know a lot about Trump's personal life, went on about his prowess with women.
He's somebody that has a lot of options, and frankly, he gets called by everybody. He gets called by everybody in the book in terms of women. And, well, he gets called by a lot of people, but I think that he's got an all-open field, really. And a lot of the people that you write about, and you people do a great job, by the way, but a lot of the people that you write about really are, they call. They just call. Actresses, people that you write about just call to see if they can go out with them and things.
Now, Trump denied that the recording was him, telling NBC's Today Show, "I have many, many people that are trying to imitate my voice." And then, you can imagine that. Then this sounds like one of those scams. One of the many scams doesn't sound like me. Kind of a weird quote, but that's what he said. Well, some of you may remember I was able to track down the actual John Miller. I left a message for him, and he called me back. Listen.
This is John Miller. Thanks so much. I got your message. As you may know, I no longer work for Mr. Trump. He's still an absolutely fantastic guy. But everything I said back then is true. Women loved him, continue to love him, and makes perfect sense. He cherishes women. I mean, he married 3 of them. Thank you, Tom. As I said, I don't work for Mr. Trump, but I'll put in a good word for you. You really ought to have him on your show sometime. Your ratings will go through the roof. Good luck.
Good luck. He's nice. He's nice. He almost reminds me of Donald Trump, right? Ed, you are in PR. What does that stand for, PR?
Public relations.
Public relations. That's your field.
That is what I do,
now,
yes.
Wasn't this just good public relations? He didn't want to lead. He knew what he wanted to communicate to the press, and he did.
Functionally, yes.
There you go.
And if you remove ethics and soul and other such bothersome things...
I definitely want to do that.
That's what I try and do with drink. But what ultimately this comes down to is it was a very flash-in-the-pan story about a woman he'd been with. And frankly, I'm annoyed at him because he didn't go full tilt on this. Like, oh, yeah, me and Shirley Goodsex, we were great.
Yeah.
Like, he just was non-specific, like he remains non-specific.
But do you think that I feel like the way she was talking on the other line, like, what's your name again? Like, I think she knew it was Trump, and they both knew together. And he was saying, look, I know you know it's Trump, but I have to give you quotes, and I don't want to go on record as Trump. So I felt like they were all scratching each other's back. Do you think that?
Yes. And I feel like there was a play there where the journalists could have met with them in person. They could have seen. PR people will meet anyone these days. They're like sewer people, much like me. But back then, it was a higher-paying job with more esteem, I imagine. And ultimately, if she really cared that much, she should have tried to meet with this mysterious, Tronald Dump guy who definitely wasn't Donald Trump.
I don't think she did care.
No, she didn't care.
She just wanted quotes, right?
I apologize to that woman if that matters to her, but it didn't seem like she was making tremendous amounts of effort to do any due diligence.
No, I think she admitted it. Sherry, she said in an interview, she said, look, I could tell by his voice, it seemed ridiculous, but she didn't care.
No, I think it's absolutely staged, the whole thing. And, I just love, too, how it was really more about the prowess of, his antics and how these women were trying to contact him. But nowhere did he mention that he had really big hands. So I do wonder.
Yeah.
This is early Trump.
That's right. Well, it wasn't a problem for him then.
No, at that point it
wasn't. That issue, I know, but look, I think, Joanne, that do you think this is going to be a big deal? I feel like this is just another...
No. In fact, this is the man I want in the White House after hearing this. The diluted amount of self-confidence necessary to carry on for 14 minutes, the commitment to stay as John Miller, was that it? To continue doing that. I applaud him, and I want some of that in my own life. The things I could
I have to
accomplish.
admire the bastard.
Can I tell you something too? This is also not going to hurt his career. Absolutely not. I mean, he could release
his career.
He could release. I'm sorry, his campaign. He could release a sex tape at this point, and it wouldn't hurt.
Wait a minute, though. Patrick Millsap is about to lose.
Wait a minute. We're assuming that it's not him. We're not qualified. Look, Kilmeade called Monday morning on Fox and Friends.
Yeah.
IP Freely, Seymour Butts, and Mo Lester are coming in.
Really?
To talk about, they're experts on this, and they point out that this is not the first time. I blame the reporter. This is not the first time this has happened. Lois Lane always confused Superman and Clark Kent on the phone, and clearly were the different
That's right,
people.
they're very gullible people, reporters.
Well, Lois Lane, all that got her was just glasses.
Well, y'all are...
I mean,
Ed,
come on.
look,
So
you're
judgy.
not above a little bit of a prank now and again. I want to show you something here. At the 2014 Consumer Electronics Show, you received hundreds of pitches from PR people, and then you responded with this. Do we have that? You responded, "Can you send me more information on UpDog?" To which they responded, "What is UpDog?" And then you wrote, "Not much. What's up with you?"
People were so angry.
Of course they were.
So angry.
Of course they were.
Think about this for a second. You are a worthless sewer person, and you are spamming 100 people. And so I was like, "Oh yeah, contact me on UpDog." And you're there, and you're not. I imagine you had an education, but not a social education with real people. Yeah. UpDog. And within the worthless world of startups, I really shouldn't say that, they pay me, there could be an UpDog, and now there is, and I hate them.
I would have fallen for it.
And I was just like, yeah, contact me on UpDog. And I thought, I was off a flight from England, I was jet lagged. I was like, they'll never fall for that.
Tons of responses.
And this is nearly like...
Because they finally got a response.
Exactly.
After sending out those mass emails that I delete all the time.
press. And they were like, UpDog time. And then,
All right.
And now, it's so good time.